Keesha!
Hi.
How are you?
Are you excited to see me?
I am. I mean, I'm not excited to see you this soon because I wanted you to last longer, but man, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, I guess. Keesha from Big Brother 22, aka All Stars, and obviously Big Brother 10, hanging out with us as well, man. This is wow. First out is you know.
It's rough. Let me tell you. I never thought I would be in this position. I thought I was a way better player than that. So it's definitely really hard to be sitting here right now.
So when nominations go up and you see, you're like, oh my God, like how do you even get any sleep those couple nights? It's like you got to scramble / strategize / talk to people. I mean, how do you even get any kind of sleep and rest to attack the day?
Right? Like my head is racing at this point. So I'm trying to adjust to being in the house. I'm trying to learn everyone's names as it is. And now I'm up on the block. Like, are you kidding me? Like, oh, how is this happening to me already?
What a wild season overall with 2022. Or sorry, with Big Brother 22. You've got 2020, all this crazy stuff that's happening with all the precautions and all that. Going into the house and knowing everything you guys had to do ahead of time before going in, how did you rest easy inside knowing, you know what, things are good, let's get in there and let's play this game, let's leave what's outside.
I mean, I was excited because, I knew that they were taking really good care of us. And I knew that once we were in the house, we were probably in the safest spot that there possibly is to be on the whole planet. So, that reassured me. It was nice to be around people again. It was nice to hug people. It was nice to touch people and not have to worry about the whole social distance and the mask and everything else that goes along with that.
So when you get in the house, you must realize real quick right away, like, well, okay, the game has changed quite a bit since the last time I played.
So fast. Okay, so fast. That game, like, it was going. I mean, as soon as you stepped in, I did not expect to be a target so fast. Like, why me? What are you
I know, right?
Right? Like, like this little blonde, like, you've got these men in here, these real competitors. I don't understand. And Kevin, myself and Kevin, really? Yeah,
it was a little baffling. I went, wow, this is interesting, because they had a lot of these guys in the house, like you mentioned, who, right away you would think would have targets painted on their backs, and nope, it's all of a sudden, what's going on here?
I know. Even sitting next to Kevin, I'm like, oh my gosh, like he's so nice. Like, what are we gonna do?
Now, you did manage to maintain cool and calm. He was a little bit kind of freaking out and paranoid as to what was going on. How did you maintain your calm in there during all this stuff near the end where you're like, I guess I'm on the block here?
Honestly, I thought he would blow it. I really did. I was like, because he was like a mess. He was like pacing around, like he was like sweating, like, and I was like, he's going to blow this. They're going to see that he's just like freaking out. And at some point in time, like he's going to completely blow this for himself.
So as you walk in and now it's all right, we're doing 22, it's a bunch of all-stars and you're looking around and whatnot, people who have been in there, you played with some, you see some others. Who impressed you the most for the amount of time that you're in there going, God, I want to pick this person's brain, or I can't wait to strategize with that person?
Honestly, I was in there a short period of time. While I was there, everybody was quiet. Nobody was saying a word about anything. Like, I was like, are we playing? Like, are we on Big Brother right now? Like, what's going on? I mean, I think I said that like multiple times throughout the house. Like, I don't know if anyone knows that, but I'm like, are we playing? Like, what's happening? It was very different than my first season, for sure. And I didn't want to come off like that. I'm sorry. I didn't want to come off like being this loud person, because that would have made me a target for sure.
Now, for those who maybe didn't catch you on your previous season, you went pretty far in the season that you were on. So maybe give a refresher for those watching this that are maybe seeing you for the first time on 22.
Okay, I did so much better, guys. Like, know that I really am a good player. Like, being off the first week, don't judge me. Go back and look at my other season. The first season, like, it was rough. It was like, and I know how to play rough. I know how to go in. I know how to do that strategy. This one, just everybody had the same strategy. Everyone was laying low. Everybody was so nice. Like, what do you do with that?
It must be hard to try and navigate when you're like, come on, first of all, like you mentioned, come on, people, do something. And then you're thinking, well, I don't want to do it first. You know?
Yes, yes. And they're all thinking that, though. That's the problem. And again, I don't know what people saw. I don't know what they showed, but you know, like everybody that I went to was like, oh my gosh, I love you. I like you so much. I really want you in this house. I really want you in this house. So it was so hard. I'm not even kidding you, every single person. So it was so hard to navigate through this. Like, what do I do with that?
Yeah. Did anybody scare you going, I don't want to get on the wrong side of blank too soon?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few people that, you know, obviously I haven't seen the show, but, you know, just from coming out of it, like, I think that Cody, Tyler, and David were already working together. And if they weren't working together, there's a bond there. And those three I can see just wiping that house out.
Who do you hope from the relationships you knew previous and the relationships you made in the short time you're in there, like, who do you really hope goes far? Give me 2 or 3 names. You're like, I really hope blank, blank, and blank go far and just knock people out.
Absolutely. I have 3 names right off the bat. So Janelle, I think she deserves to go far. She's always targeted. She's really a really nice person, and she's a good game player. Also, Kaser, because I think he's just amazing. He really is. And I love it because I think he's going to give everybody a good show. He gets really paranoid really fast. He had me cornered like on the second day, I think, like already talking strategy. So that was exciting. And Davon. And, you know, mainly because Davon, she had my back at the end of the day. And that's somebody that I personally would have went really far with.
It is the second All-Stars from Big Brother. It is season 22. Who do you wish was in the house with you to play that didn't get a chance to walk through those doors with you because of whatever reason, you know, when you guys walked in?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many great players out there, but I think I surprise everyone when I say this. I'm like, I wish Evil Dick was there.
What?
Like, yeah, it would have been like a completely different game. And I want that game. I want to play that game. Like, just chaos, you know? And it's so fun. So I was really hoping that he would be there.
I guess the pots and pans are happy he was not there.
That's what I liked about him.
The comps that you saw transpire and took part in and whatnot, what did you feel about the level of that in competing so far in the competitions in the house? I mean, how did you feel about some of the comps?
Honestly, I thought they did such an amazing job making it fair. You know, the only thing is, I mean, and they can't help this, like, I'm much shorter than Enzo. So when Enzo is on the banana comp, like, he is just rocking that thing with, like, and they put him right beside me. So I can't see anyone else. I can just see Enzo, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I'm struggling, okay? I can't even reach the ground. His feet are flat on the ground, and he's just going for it. Like, it was no problem for him whatsoever.
There's some people you watch in this game, and you had a bird's eye view, so I'm just going to name you a couple of names, and I want to really know what you think about the insights of the game. When you see, we see what we see on TV, you're living the game, but I know the wheels are turning in certain players' heads, like, for instance, an Ian, who might not be saying a ton, but you know he's thinking. So what were your thoughts on Ian and his game so far from what you saw?
You know, I'm really disappointed that I couldn't work with Ian. I tried, and I don't know if people understand that, but I really tried. I went to Ian. I even talked to him. I said, listen, I will give you a vote if you need it. You know, anything you need, I've got you. Like, I really like you. Love to play with you. He didn't say anything, though. He's just like, okay, interesting, you know? So, like, I'm like, what do I do with that? You know, I even approached Danielle. Like, I was really hoping to connect with her, and like, I was like, okay, you know, Danielle will have my back. And, you know, she was just like very vague. So that worried me about Danielle. Like, I was like, oh no.
That was
And
my second
Nicole.
question. Yeah, my
Oh,
second
go
question
ahead.
was going to be, sorry, the second question was going to be about Danielle, but you basically talked about that there. The next one I wanted to know about was Nicole A.
Okay, total sweetheart. She was like, listen, I want to play with you. I'm a huge fan. She just didn't want to go against the house. You know, the only thing about her is her and Kevin seem to be close also. So she did tell me, she's like, if that's the way that like the house is starting to go and you need one more vote, I'll give you my vote. She's like, I definitely want to play this game with you. So it was just hard because everyone kept saying, I want you here. I really want you here, but I got to know that you have the votes.
Yeah.
But then like Janelle was like, well, don't tell them, you know, don't tell them about me. And then Kaser, you know, was like, they were getting all paranoid. And I'm like, well, one of you have to say my name. If you don't say my name, like they're going to think that I have nobody. And at the same moment, I'm like not wanting to throw them under the bus. I don't want to be like, yeah, I've got Janelle and Kaser and da-da-da-da-da, Davon.
Yeah.
I can't say that. So like they had to like, at that point in time, like they had to make that move. They had to like, you know, be like, hey, I really want Keesha to stay. And that's the one thing that everybody kept saying is like, well, I haven't heard, you know, your room. Like everybody thought I was working with my room. That's another thing. They thought I was working with my room. And then they're like, and then other people would say, well, I haven't heard them, you know, they haven't came and told us anything. So I would go to them. I'm like, Janelle, you've got to go talk to these people.
That's the hardest part. And then when you see it come through and it's like 13-0, come on. There's no way. Everyone just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess we'll, you know.
That's what they did. They just said, okay, well, I just want to go with the house. I just want to go with the house. I don't want to. And that's what I was so frustrated about. I was like, let's play. Can we please play? And so I just feel like, I don't feel like I really got to play. I feel really disappointed that I didn't get to give the fans like what they wanted. You know, I just feel like it was such a slow start. And unfortunately, because of that, like I'm out now.
$1 million question. Some seasons they've done this. Let's say, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks down the line, they say the first 5 or the first 6 have an opportunity to fight in a challenge to get back in. Would you do it? And what would you do differently, like right away?
Okay, so if they came to me and they asked me to go back into the house, just so all of you are aware, absolutely. And, you know, I'm going to fight and I'm going to be there and I'm not going to lay low anymore. Like, this is ridiculous. So I would like to give everybody an opportunity to actually see the Keesha that they know from BB10.
Final question. You rate your game out of 10, and who's playing the best game right now? 2-parter.
Okay, I'm sorry. What was the question?
So rate your game out of 10 on how you think you did with the little time you had, and who is playing the best game right now in the house?
Oh, I didn't do well at all. I'm low on the scale right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. As far as who would be the best, I would say.
Yeah, like, who's playing the best game right now?
Oh, best game right now. Best game right now. Cody.
Yeah.
I think Cody's doing really well. I do. I think he's already got some bonds going on. I don't think people are going to come after him anytime soon. I don't want to see him go far, but I'm thinking that he just might do that.
Keesha, thanks so much for hanging out. Can't wait to see how the season transpires and rolls on. I know you'll be watching right along, so thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.